Let's check in with ourselves right now. How open, how receptive am I right now in this moment? Do I feel open? Do I feel receptive? Do I feel like I can receive the universe guidance? Or do I have my panties in a twist? Am I thinking in my mind, looping in my mind? Am I, in a sense, a little bit sleepy? Am I not aware? Am I not receptive to God, to Source, to your own higher self, which is always knocking? Like, hey, pay attention this way. This is the truest path for you. But we're like, oh no, I'm busy. It's important to be receptive. If you're not open and receptive, you're most likely stuck in a loop. You're replaying the same pattern, the same program, over and over and over again, just slightly in a different form. But if you look at your life, have things truly changed? If not, most likely it is because you're not open and receptive to new ways. You're stuck in comfort, maybe in a sleepy pattern. And maybe your life has been amazing in the recent times. And you have been open, you have been receptive, you have been humble to new guidance and new ways, because every time we think, I know it, I got it now. It always transforms, it's a dynamic path. And this is also why I want IMX to be dynamic. That's why we label your X. It is your X, it's just your truest access point, your truest expression, resonance in the moment. And that can change, that can transform. And this is what we want to become open and receptive to that X, to that beacon inside of you, that North Star. And that shifts depending on from where you look at it. So you always got to be fresh, you always got to be open. Oh, now this way, now I'm going backwards, now I'm going forwards, now this way, now that way. And from the linear mind, it looks like I'm going all over the place. But from like a non-physical perspective, you're taking the straightest line to what you actually desire. But you will need to trust the guidance for that. And you will only hear the guidance if you slow down, if you quiet your mind, if you set aside all your own beliefs, and you just listen attentively. Like an open flower or like a satellite dish, just receive the signal. And then you can play, then you have something to work with. Then you find some kind of resonance, and maybe it takes a little bit longer. But for me, this has been the experience. I need to just shut up. I was constantly so busy describing this, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. And your spirit is like, come on, like he cannot even reach you. You're not even open, you're not even receptive. You're not paying attention. So in those moments where you notice you might be a little bit tense or a little bit jumping the gun ahead of the curve, not necessarily in a positive way, but you're just not taking it step by step by step by step, listening to what the actual guidance is. Slow down, know that you're being guided, know that you're being supported, and start to listen attentively to what is true, to what resonates. And be humble enough to follow that thread, wherever it might lead you. Because this is a grand mystery. It's not up to us to know where this is gonna lead. We just know, all we know is that just gotta stay true, just gotta stay true, just gotta stay true. Moment by moment, act on what you know to be true. Act on your deepest, truest resonance, your deepest, truest excitement, without any attachment on where that should lead you, what the outcome ought to be. Just keep it simple. Play the game. Play the game for the fun of just playing a game. Not for any particular outcome, just the music. When you listen to a song, you don't listen to a song to get to the end of it. You listen to experience the whole journey. The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the peaks, the valleys. You're already resting as you are, as I am, before all of that. And because of that stillness, because of that stability, because of that foundation, you can express yourself into infinity. You can ignite awakening into infinity. And so what I want to leave you with today is just a very short guided meditation. So you actually have the tool, a practical tool, whenever you feel a little bit off or you feel like, fuck, I lost the plot, I don't feel open to the guidance, how can I guide myself back? It's very simple. I'll just give a few suggestions and just check in with yourself which resonates. One of the things which has helped me is just to put my hand on my heart. Just to tune in for a moment, to just take a deep breath. And just feel like, what is alive here? Like, where does my heart want to go? Where is that inner spark? And then listening to that attentively, not, oh yeah, okay, now I'm going there. And then I already lost it again. So just be present with truly, and your heart just symbolizes the core of your being, your essence, your X. So I would just tune in again into that love, that light, even if it's just a fake flame. I would focus on that and I would rest with that just for a little bit until I feel clarity again, until my system relaxes, until I feel like, okay, yes, now I know my intention again, now I know my direction again. And then naturally things just start moving. But when I'm not connected to my X, when I'm not connected to my North Star, I'm just groping around in the dark for meaning. You need, in a sense, a solid center, a true intent, something that you can always return to, a light, a love that guides your way. Otherwise, we're stuck in programs, loop, 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 loop. It's not interesting. You don't want to live like that. You want to live free. You want to live on the edge. You want to expand. You want to grow beyond this little bubble. You're so vast. You're so boundless. Why keep yourself small? Relax into what you know to be true. And what you know to be true is not on a mental level, it's a deeper knowing, a deeper recognition of what is actually true in terms of your unique vibration, your unique resonance. You don't need the mind for this. You can just recognize this, be aware of this. And if you feel like, oh, that is the mind being aware of it, that's totally fine too. It's just semantics. Just be aware of that inner flame, that inner light, that inner love. And nourish that, nourish that, nourish that, until that takes over, building that snowball, and then just the snowball rolls itself, it rolls itself, without you resisting anything. And the deeper knowing that you are, noticing existence, letting existence shine through you. And then your acts will automatically be illuminated. I hope this is practical enough for you. If not, please drop down in the comments below so we can work on this. But it basically goes like this. Whenever you feel lost, whenever you're not sure, you just drop everything. You become open and receptive. Place your hand on your heart if you wish to. It just helps me to become open and receptive again. Maybe something else helps for you, like breathing or anything other along those lines. But just be open and receptive and do not stop until you have touched base again with your heart. And if you're, for example, not at home and you don't feel like you can put your hand on your heart or just relax, just take a moment, whatever, go to the bathroom, take a little walk, just connect again. Because without your true north, without your heart, without your light, without your X, you're most likely lost. You're being slapped around by thoughts, the shadows, and you have no clear intent, no clear direction, no clear light source with you, no clear desire. So relax, drop everything, everything, go back to zero, then become open, then become receptive, and just allow your truest resonance, your truest alignment to come. And then just act on that, act on that, act on that. Create some momentum, and then maybe you fall off again. You get distracted. But that doesn't matter. Then you just rinse and repeat. You go back, let go of everything, go back to zero, you open up. Ah, there it is again. The ease, the love, the light. Let's go. Let's fire this up. Let me give everything to this. And then you'll get better and better and better. You'll refine this subtle art of staying true. And then at one point, you'll stay true no matter what. You'll be true in every situation. And then you can still deepen, you can still empower, but you're already fully in integrity with yourself, fully whole. And that comes with a power that nothing can buy. An integrity, a love, a willingness to serve. All right, my friends, I could go on for hours, but I feel to leave it here for today. Please drop down your own inspirations in the comments or questions or what works for you, but just see if you can apply this. In just at least 1 or 2 moments a day where you feel a little bit off, drop everything, go back to zero, open up, you stay open and receptive, you stay still until you feel that breeze of infinity, that I am X nature, that beacon, that North Star shine through again, and then just stay true to that light. Knowing that there's nothing that can hurt you, knowing you're always already free, and that this is just a game. Play away, my friend. Stay true.